Bone Show.
Let me say good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
Except this one guy, Charlie James Chapman Jr., who was arrested when he was caught shining a laser at planes trying to land.
Oh,
He's one of those laser pointers,
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
trying to
so wrong.
get him in the eyes.
Yeah.
So wrong that someone could die.
Yeah.
You kind of giggled when I told that story. You're still smiling about it.
I'm not smiling. No, I mean, my husband talks about this. Like, it's just crazy to me that people actually sit up there and try to do that.
I'm looking at this video here on CNN, and it's a big old green laser going right into the front of the airplane. It looked like you were smiling about it.
Oh, no, not at all.
I thought the people falling on ice was funny, so it's okay if you think it's funny.
No, that's different. No, this is actually really serious and certain lasers can damage pilots' eyes.
I was recording a podcast last night. It'll go up later this week with Paul DiGiovanni, who was in Boys Like Girls, the band, has also written a bunch of songs, like the ones that didn't make it back home. We just played there. I was recording, and I was looking at the Bobbycast and some of the episodes we have up recently, and the one that I don't think has gotten enough traction because we did it after we left the show for Christmas was the one with Joe Diffie. I just want to remind everybody that Joe Diffie came over to my house. And there's a podcast, if you scroll back 4 or 5 episodes, I believe it's from December 16th. And we talk about Joe Diffie and his career and his life.
We'd know Joe Diffie from what?
Well, where do I start? Holy cow. From Prop Me Up Beside the Jukebox, and I Die, or John Deere
Come on.
Green. On a hot summer night, he rode Billy Bob, Love Charlene. Just so much, and how he would open for George Strait and Garth Brooks opened for him. And I don't know what's happening in your life. I hope it's going good. I know you got a lot of things that weigh on you, a lot of things that make you feel good. But there is a podcast with Joe Diffie. It falls on the side to make you feel good. And then I was just kind of scrolling through, looking at the growth of the podcast, looking at numbers for everybody's podcast we have here. And I saw that. I was like, man, we really didn't get to promote that one enough. So there is a Joe Diffie Bobbycast. If you search Bobbycast on iHeartRadio or wherever you listen to your podcasts, that is a music podcast with a lot of your favorite writers and artists. And Joe Diffie, who's probably both.
Wow.
Thank you. We'll come back to something monumental happens today in my life. Do you know what it is?
I don't know. Does it have, like, what do you mean? Like you're going somewhere or something's happening? You're going somewhere. Today?
To do something, going somewhere.
Is that why you have on that really nice sweater? I like it.
No, I didn't know it was that nice.
Well, it's like new.
I just
It looks
grabbed
good.
it. Thank you.
And
You can watch it on our Facebook page.
I know you have
the
a
show's
spray
online.
tan, but that's for Hawaii.
When I go to Hawaii for American Idol after the show tomorrow. The weird thing about that is I got to leave right after the show to get in Hawaii in time to do the next show because I'm doing it out there. Very small window to travel. I'm a little nervous, told you, about flying that trip over the water. But no, I got something today going on. I'm pretty nervous about, a little anxious. No idea?
No, I don't think
All right,
so.
we'll talk about it next.
The morning show's
So I have to go to my therapist today, who I haven't seen in 3 weeks,
Oh, yeah.
and let her know what's happening. Well, for those that are new to the show, I am 39 years old. I have never been married. I've never been engaged. I have no kids. I've really been focused. I've been spending a little time on me. I've been super work focused, and I have trust issues because of a lot of the way that I grew up. Now, that's not for today, but just know that it's something that sits constantly. So because of my inability to be completely vulnerable in relationships, I have been going to a counselor, a therapist that specializes in couples and love, right?
Right.
Because
But
I don't go
you're
with
very
anybody
single.
else. I go in by myself. And she doesn't have anybody that does this. As a matter of fact, when I first started going to her, for both of us, it was like, well, let's see if this works. Because she doesn't see people by themselves. And I have never been to a therapist that just specializes in strengthening relationships. And mine was with no one. It was an invisible person. But we have been slowly building to the point where I can be open to having a relationship. I want to have a kid or 9 and a family or 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I want to have all of that. I do. And now for the first time, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to at least get started in the process. And so she's been gone for 3 weeks. And she's going to have her mind blown whenever I go today and I'm like, well, I got a girlfriend.
So, yeah, but how much did you tell her about?
Well, the whole story was because even as I started dating the girl that I'm dating now,
Right.
I was like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I like her, but I don't know. And then I'd be like, well, yeah, we spent more time together. I like her a little more, but I don't know. And she told me, if you remember, I'm the Benjamin Buttons of relationships. She goes, most people, when they get into a relationship, they're like, this is the person for me. And they slowly start to walk backward. She's like, with you met somebody that's really cool. And you're like, I don't know. And then every time it was the opposite. You'd be like, oh, a little more, a little more, a little more. And so, but I haven't seen her. And there's been some developments in the past few weeks.
Yeah, big ones.
So I'm going to walk in today and she's going to be like,
What do you think she's going to do?
I don't know. I think it'll be good. I think anytime I'm stretching myself, that's a win.
Okay, given that she's a couples therapist, do you think now she's going to invite your girlfriend to the session?
Too early for that. I think
Okay.
it's way, way, way too early for that.
Well, we'll see what she has to say.
That's right. We will see what
It
she
may
has to
not
say.
be.
All right, but you have to remember that she doesn't live here.
Right.
My therapist does. The girl I'm dating does not. So,
What is it you always used to say about long distance relationships?
who
It's like
knows? I mean, I was an idiot back then.
It's like last week.
No,
it's like
I've grown
whenever-
a lot. Listen, I have grown a lot, and what I do
You have
think though is that you can't just be living a long distance relationship without a plan of there being maturation points. And so, if it does get to a point with us where it gets really serious, and by the way, we've just started dating and we're only dating each other. That's a recent development. If that does happen, then you have to figure out a plan. Okay, well, we just can't date long distance forever.
Right.
Like somebody's got to move somewhere.
And you're not moving.
And I am moving. Crap. I'm
We
just
already
playing.
know how this is going.
No, that's far down the road.
But
But
not that far.
yeah, it is. It's way too far to think about right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I do go to her today, my relationship.
Okay, so update tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean,
Just to see what she says.
yeah. I mean, sure. If you want to update tomorrow, I'll give you one.
Yeah, and I wonder now that you're in a relationship, because I mean, did she give you assignments or, yeah, we'll call it a homework assignment, just, for the sake of it. When you were going to her, like just to grow you and stretch you and challenge you and see how you would react. And so now in this relationship, do you think she's going to give you assignments?
She mostly just tells me to challenge all of my thoughts that come to me
Okay.
initially. She's like, challenge that. If you don't challenge that, you're going to end up right where you've always been a million times. So, and even in this dating process, she has been going, hey, you need to go and I know you think you probably don't need to do this with her. Not about her, even way before her.
Right.
Like, you need to go on dates. You need to go every time you're like, I'm sure it's not going to work. You need to go and do it again. So she just is like constantly challenging everything I do, which is great because if I keep doing the same thing I'm always doing, I'm going to end up in the same place I've always been. Which I abide by. Every part of my life, I agree with. I am following that philosophy, except in relationships. Haven't been. But anyway, there you go. I get so many messages. I haven't posted her on Instagram or Twitter yet.
Just TikTok.
Just one TikTok video. And, we didn't even shoot that to be like, there's no announcement. But, yeah, there you go. Anything you'd like to know?
No,
You can
I
have
mean-
one question right now.
About the therapist or your
whatever you
girlfriend?
want. Whatever you want.
When's the next time you see her?
In like a week, in a few days.
I thought you were gonna be like tomorrow. She's going to Hawaii.
No. So
okay.
she lives in California.
Right.
So, and I'm in California a lot for work. So this is like the longest we will not have seen each other, which is like 11 days or something.
Oh,
and,
wow.
and then I'm there every week until June.
Are y'all FaceTiming every day?
Yeah, pretty much.
Does she
and if
hit
we
you
don't,
up or like does she still wait for you? Or what's that been
there's
like?
no way. There's none of that.
We're past that.
Yeah, it's just like we don't even text to go, do you want to FaceTime? It'll just be like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So that's good.
Yeah.
But I had to be quiet about it for a long time
Mm-hmm.
because I never want to put something out there and then it kind of fall apart. And it feels weird putting it out there at any point anyway because I haven't done that years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Years. Because I don't just jump into stuff.
How does she feel about it?
Which part?
Like she's not being a public it's not
that's
public
a
yet,
good
but
question.
But she will be, and she's not necessarily that. So
We had a conversation where she is not super pumped about having all of her stuff put public.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, great, you don't have to. That, you know?
right, no, she doesn't.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird to have to, because there's just a lot of criticism that comes with being a public person that she didn't sign up for. And so, yeah, that's it. She was like, can I leave my Instagram private? I was like, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, which I should probably start following her on Instagram. Can she accept me, please? I don't know her account though. But I mean, if she's private, then I'm gonna have to send it, and you're gonna have to be like, "That's Amy, accept her."
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I feel like that'll be my wave.
Anything else that you want to know for right now? Because I guess you haven't met her just on FaceTime.
Yeah, I know.
Eddie spent a couple days with
I
her.
just got the FaceTime announcement.
Well, it wasn't really an announcement.
It was cute. It was cute.
We were just in the car.
They FaceTimed me to tell me they made it official.
We did it.
Oh, that's cute.
We
was cute.
we did it.
Yes, you did.
No,
it
we
was
did.
very
That's not a bad
cute.
idea.
We did it.
was
I was
cute.
no. This is what
Yeah.
happened. I was right next to Amy's house, and
So they were gonna make the announcement face to face.
that's not true.
But
It's not true. I was right next to Amy's house, and if I'm near Amy's house, I always message her and like, hey, can I come over? And it was like 8 o'clock, so it was borderline late, but it wasn't work day the next day, and so she wasn't at home. She was in New York, and so and when she answered it, the room was completely black, and I was like, great, Amy's asleep.
I was asleep.
Yeah, and so that was it. Where did you meet your girl? We have a lot of these questions. We can do a whole.
People are asking questions?
Yeah, we can do a whole segment about that at some point soon.
Okay.
The only problem that we have is that she is from Oklahoma and she's an OU fan, like hardcore, and I'm an Arkansas Razorback fan. And we were talking about going to football games next year, and I was like, I'm not going. You know, I'm trying to go to Arkansas games. It's a big break.
And I mean, what if you're governor of Arkansas?
That's true. We've already had that conversation.
Okay.
I was like, you think this is public? Wait until governor of Arkansas. Okay, well, there's that. A lot of people are saying, where did you meet her? Okay, I'll give you
Just
this
say
one.
that now. Yeah.
So her friend does PR at ABC. And so when I went for the premiere of Dancing with the Stars, she was there with her friend, doing her friend a favor, like filling a seat. And so I met her after the show. We didn't talk for a month and a half or so. And then as I was going back out, I reached out on Instagram, and then we went and had a salad one night, and that was it. And then she went back with me to the Dancing with the Stars finale, which you will on TV. You saw her sitting with me,
Oh.
and that was her. But we met like humans, like real humans, which is weird for me because I don't just randomly meet people.
Mm-hmm.
But her friend worked with me the year before on Dancing with the Stars when I was on it, so I knew her friend from doing PR for me, ABC. And then she was with a friend that night, and I was like, "Hey, what up, friend?" She was like, "Hey, what up? This is my friend." And then that's how we got together. That's it. Just gave a lot right there.
Yeah.
We done.
We done.
Thank you.
Okay.
We can do more later this week.
All right.
Everybody can ask a question. Luke Combs, even though I'm leaving, Bobby Bone Show. If you guys want to hit us up, you can. 877-77-Bobby. 877-77-Bobby. We'll take your questions or comments. Want to hop on? You can. 877-77 Bobby. I'll say this. I put up a video on my Instagram yesterday of my top 5 favorite pair of shoes. And the number 2 pair of shoes that I put up is a Christmas gift from Amy. No, birthday gift from last year.
Yeah.
It's birthday. Yeah. People always like, what Amy get you for your birthday? That's that one. It was the only shoe I didn't put a price on. You'll see the video up there. But people still ask, what did Amy get you for your birthday? And that was a long time. That was last year.
Yeah. Amy and I went to dinner and hung out. And now this year's the big 40. That's where
I know. It's going to be a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah.
Are you already planning something? I know
Yes.
we mentioned. Okay, good. I'm leaving it alone. Leaving it alone. We mentioned it a bit this morning.
I know.
Just a bit. Go back and listen to the whole show. Bobby Bones Show on demand on iHeartRadio. Do surgical masks stop the coronavirus? The answer is no.
What? No, I would say yes.
The answer is no.
Why?
I got a whole thing to talk to you guys about. If you want to hear about the coronavirus, this is your show. We're the source for everything that is coronavirus. Also, I am going to get today coming up what artist cried at his own album listening party. Hearing him sing made him cry. We'll get to that coming up too. Grab some calls. Tell me something good at 55 after. Back in 1 second.
Missed any of today's show or just want to listen again? Check out the Bobby Bones Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
All right. Do surgical masks stop the coronavirus? Sadly, no. Despite a surge in sales of face masks in the aftermath of the coronavirus outbreak, experts are divided over whether they can actually prevent transmission and infection of the airborne disease. Here's what I will say, though. If it stops anything, it's a win. The problem is, because I like to wear a mask on an airplane, is that it's hard to, it's hot breathing in them. You're like,
Like Darth Vader.
yeah, and your face is hot. Here, I called this yesterday, and you guys told me I was a nut.
Uh-oh.
I told you Corona would start to affect Corona beer. And I was like, and you're like, I don't think it affects. I said, in a
didn't.
boardroom somewhere, they're going, oh boy, what do we do if this gets worse? This is bad for the brand. Over the past week, there's been a huge increase in the number of people searching Google for whether coronavirus is connected to Corona beer.
Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
that is, yeah, that's unfortunate. Like, I guess I'm not associating the two.
Well, because I'm an expert in it and I feed you guys the correct information.
I know.
Over the past week, the number of people searching for things like Corona beer virus has exploded.
Oh, come on.
If it's 1% less because of this, that's still a significant
Yeah.
change.
Oh, yeah. In sales. Mm-hmm.
Coronavirus has nothing to do with beer. I was watching this morning, because I will find every news story about this. They think it's even earlier now than the animal market. They think that it started to be spread before they think it
fish?
started to be
The
spread.
seafood
Yeah.
market.
Yeah. How to prevent coronavirus. The UN advises people to, 1, frequently wash their hands. We should do that anyway. This is a good reminder. Wash your hands. Cover their mouth and nose with a flexed elbow, also called the vampire sneeze
Yes.
or Dracula sneeze. So if you lift your elbow and it's like, oh, ha, ha, like
You got your
this.
cape.
Yeah, like your paw, and you sneeze into that because it keeps that from going out into the air.
And then it also keeps it from going on your hands, and then you touch things with your hands. You don't necessarily touch things with the inner part of your elbow.
Great point.
Yeah.
Avoid close contact with anyone who has a fever or a cough. By the way, these are all things we should be doing about all viruses.
Yeah.
Seek early medical help if you have a fever, cough, or difficulty breathing. Avoid direct, unprotected contact with live animals and surfaces in contact with live animals when visiting live markets in affected areas. Listen, if you're not going to Wuhan, China, I think you're okay on this one, but just wash your hands a lot. And then avoid eating raw or undercooked animal products.
Ugh.
The guy in Austin who had the tapeworm in his brain?
Yeah. That they say that maybe that came from pork that he got overseas somewhere because his sister also had a tapeworm too.
Yeah, he was like, I had a headache. And it won't go away. He had a tapeworm in his brain.
No way.
For who knows how long?
Oh, my God.
Years.
Like he
probably.
was having migraines and was having,
feigning.
and he was like, man, he had a tapeworm in his brain. And they got it out. But anytime you got to go into the brain,
It was complex.
Yeah. It's risky.
the death toll from the Wuhan coronavirus has passed 100. They're locking down millions and millions of people, basically the whole
Golly.
country. I did see, because they are, I believe, far ahead of us time zone wise, that they were sending some Americans out, maybe even now, like late at night, finally, because there are Americans trapped in there. But even then, they're going to have to quarantine them for a month.
Yeah.
Probably a little less than that, but just to make sure they don't have it.
Where do we put those? Where do we put them when Americans come back? Where do we quarantine?
We just leave them in the air.
Just float up there.
We make those planes go and refill it with gas.
I know. It's like, is there some island along the way that they hang out at for a little bit?
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Let me go over and talk to Kyle in Virginia, who's on the phone. Hey, Kyle, appreciate you calling the show. What's going on?
What's up, Bobby? Morning, studio.
Morning.
Hey, I just got a quick question for Eddie. Well, actually, two. Are you going to be making your kids do the dishes after, I think you said the 49ers were going to win? And then how much money are you going to be betting on this game?
Okay, so let me reset real quick before you answer that.
Yes, yeah.
Early in the show, Eddie said he has a bet with his kids. If the 49ers win, his kids get to play video games for a week, all they want.
All they want
If the Chiefs win, your kids have to do dishes
for a whole week.
every day.
Every day.
Okay.
Yep.
So, and the question was, Kyle, what was that question again?
How are you going to make your kids do the dishes right after the game?
Oh,
And
like as
then,
soon as the game's over, right to it.
Because, everybody's over, and they're all messy dishes. So that'd be, like, great relaxing. It's like, hey, kids, get ready. They lost. Let's go do dishes.
Yeah, that's a good point, because when you bet money on a game, as soon as that game's over and you lose, you feel the hurt. Like, oh, gosh, that was bad. So that's a good lesson to get them to do the dishes right after the game's over.
Well,
the Super Bowl party.
I guess me If it were me, I'd make them wait till Monday. Same dishes will be there, and you get another day added to the bet.
Oh, wow. Didn't think about that. Instead of just going straight Sunday night, losing a day. Good point, Bones.
Don't lose the day. And the same dishes will be there the next
But
day.
leave the mess.
I saw Raymundo say that if your kids want to get on his betting site and they
I saw that.
Yeah, if they're interested, dude, I know that you do it a lot. It's something you guys could do together. It's farther than the Super Bowl. It's every day you can bet.
he wants your kids to give him the referral code
Yes, so he can get $100
like $25 or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, Eddie, did you say how much you're putting on the game?
yeah.
I didn't say. I mean, I only have about $70 left of the money that I got from Bobby's. So maybe $50. If I can
Bobby's referral.
if I can make it to Sunday, $50.
I haven't had the itch to bet at all.
None?
I did one time. I bet on Arkansas basketball. I haven't bet in years, and I lost. And I was like, all right, I don't.
I'm
think-
shocked that you finally decided to bet again and that they happen to lose. Because anytime you bet, you win. Even like in Vegas, you
True.
put.
That's
you're
not
like,
true. I bet
you're-
and lost.
No, Bobby's like something on red or whatever that game is that spins around.
Yeah.
Roulette.
Yeah, Bobby would be like 100 on roulette, and then it's like, what are the odds? It landed on it. And he's like, double it. Oh my gosh, what are the odds? You win again. Like you have the best
I mean,
luck.
dealers are like, we haven't seen that in years.
It is kind of crazy.
It is not crazy.
Yeah,
It is.
This is
It
what
is.
happens being someone who gambled a lot for a long time, okay? People that gamble only share their wins.
Oh, I witnessed
You
it. It
never
was
share
weird.
your losses, so it always seems like gamblers are winning.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
true. It's like lottery stories. Same thing.
Don't hit me with I witnessed it.
Okay, I just was always like, God, he has the best luck.
You know what? I put myself in situations for good things to happen, generally, but not in gambling. I quit. Arkansas lost basketball game. I'm done.
So no Super Bowl bets for you?
Not unless I'm with somebody and it's like, for me, some sort of recreation.
Yeah.
I don't need to bet. I work too hard for my money.
It's true.
When I was broke, I didn't feel that way. I was like, what do I got to lose? I'm broke anyway. But at this point, I work so hard and try to make a lot of right decisions. This is like, I work too hard for my money. So
All right.
I'm good on that. You want to play a song or no?
Well, what's the other option?
We can play Russell Dickerson, Blue Tacoma, or we can just not play a song.
Okay, play Russell.
Okay. All right. Russell Dickerson, Blue Tacoma. Thank you. I'm glad you picked this. I like this song. It's my new friend, by the way.
Yeah.
It's my new friend. Back in a second.
Get your bones on, get your Bobby bones on.
I'm late on this one, but many people have said, hey, you got to watch this show, Cheer on Netflix. Amy, Lunchbox have both watched it, and it just wasn't for me. I don't want to watch a cheerleading show. And it was up in the corner of the screen. And I was like, how many times is Netflix going to tell me to watch it? But the girl that I'm dating was like, it's the greatest show. And I was like, all right, I'll watch it with the intent of going, it wasn't for me. That way, I don't have to hear about it anymore. I think it's my favorite show ever.
So good.
It was good.
Yeah, and I'm down the whole too of like, I know all Instagram, like following all of them. It's so good, and it's less like a reality show and more like a documentary. It's a little bit reality, a little bit, but it's so much like a docu-series. My favorite thing is because they are high-level junior college cheerleaders, and what it's doing is watching them go from, weeks out until the Daytona, which is where they have their cheerleading championship. And you're kind of following if they'll make it, who makes the squad. And again, not so much about cheerleading as it is following the characters involved, but it's super high intensity, like tumbling and flipping. And so like a lot of my friends that were cheerleaders in like 9th grade are like, I totally relate. And they're putting pictures of them up in their cheerleading uniforms. It's like, guys, it's not the same thing. It's not like 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1, holler. It's not that.
No. It's like hardcore.
It's hardcore.
No, it's like athleticism at its finest.
It is a great show. It's 94% positive on Rotten Tomato with the critics, 96 on audience score. And again, I didn't expect to like it. And I was only watching it to say I didn't. And I watched one episode, and I was just going to watch one and tell her, I'd be like, yeah, it's not for me.
One and done.
Yeah. But I watched one, and I was like, oh, I got to see what happened in the second one. After the second one, I was in. It's only 6 episodes. They're an hour each. It's in Navarro, Texas. And so it's in Corsicana, but Navarro Junior College. Yeah, Corsicana, Texas. But yeah, no, it's really good. I cried.
You have to make it to Daytona.
I cried on average, because I don't think I cried every episode, but on average, I cried once an episode. There were some episodes where I cried 2 times. And I don't want to do any spoilers whatsoever because I didn't want anybody spoiling it for me, but there were times where I was like, just completely moved. And Monica, the coach.
Oh my gosh.
She's cool.
She's
She's
best.
awesome.
Right?
She
I
really
want
is.
her to come school us right now.
And she grew up in that small town. She
Yes.
wasn't like someone that. So I would encourage you to check it out. It's on Netflix. I did not want to like it, so I'm not sending it over to a show that I was like, I told you, I'm kind of late to it as far as I feel like I should be watching stuff early to recommend it to folks. But it's really good. It's called Cheer. It's on Netflix.
Oh, I think, you're still talking to a lot of people that haven't seen it.
I mean, Amy and I sat and we were spilling the tea about it in the office. We just were like, who's your favorite? Oh, yeah, what are they doing?
Oh, we should want to be friends with Jerry.
Who is, my favorite was Morgan.
Yeah, well, yeah.
She's cool.
Because their backstories are what gets me because she had family that just left her, and she lived in a trailer by herself.
She lived in a trailer. I thought of you because you lived in a trailer by yourself.
A camper.
A camper, yeah.
But I was like, man, I totally get that. It's good. A lot of them have great stories.
Ladarius.
It's good.
Yeah, they're all. Yeah, it too helps you remember to look like I would look at a cheer team like that and be like, oh my gosh, look how super talented. Look at them and they're cheerleaders and they have all this. But everybody has something going on. You don't know where people have come from or what they're trying to overcome. And because each character, because cheerleaders seen as like the happy, the peppy, the woo, I can do that. But and cheerleading helped change their life. Like some of them were on the course of destruction and they were given some structure and something to be passionate about. And boom. I mean, just like any sport can do for people, but it was cool to see it happen with cheerleading.
So don't think it's a show about cheerleading.
It's much more than that.
Cheerleading is part of it.
Yeah.
But it's about humans, their backstory, overcoming, working, and then,
My husband.
Did you watch it, Morgan?
Yeah, I'm on the 3rd episode right now.
Are you obsessed with it?
Yes, but I used to be a competitive cheerleader. So
How competitive?
I was on 3 different competitive teams. I started cheering when I was 6 years old. My mom started a competitive cheer team.
Okay, so this is like you.
Would you do
This is my
flips and
life.
stuff?
Yes, I have baskets, everything. I was when I was really young and in kindergarten, one of the teams that she helped run would throw me in the air because I was so little, and I would do baskets and stuff when I was so young.
Wow. Morgan's number 2 is cheer.
Well, she's also a really good athlete. Possibly the best athlete on the show. Pound for pound, maybe the best athlete on the show.
Then you?
she's she's 5 foot tall.
Right.
And I think if we're fighting, I'm going to win because I'm bigger. But I think she's possibly the best athlete on the show. And that's tough for me to say. My pride.
It's tough for me to hear because I've always considered myself to be athletic, but I get no credit. I get no credit. And I was a cheerleader too.
Amy, but
For
you
1 year, my senior year of high school.
Yeah, but you were the rah one.
Oh, for sure. Like I couldn't even do a Texas T.
did you think about going to college to do cheer?
Oh, yeah. I cheered in high school. I mean, I did all the steps of cheerleading, and I could probably still do some of my backflips and stuff if I really wanted to.
So
Oh, wow.
it's the gymnastics part of cheerleading is this show.
Yes.
It's not the cheerleading because you rarely see them go out and do cheers. In like the background, you'll see them do the. Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
It's not
With
that.
pom-
And there's all
Pom-pom.
the stunt guys.
It's
and-
basically gymnastics.
Yeah.
That gymnastics part of cheer.
With stunts, which stunts is where the stuff that gets really hard and tricky. Like, I probably had 2 or 3 concussions when I was
Oh, my.
cheerleading,
That's-
like doing stunts and stuff.
That's wild.
It was crazy.
One of the girls gets like 5 concussions.
Yeah.
And in the NFL, you get a few concussions. They're like, oh, you're done.
Yep.
Like you're going to be messed up your whole life. Wow. Anyway,
I get so nervous, like every time they would go into a new formation and want to like lift, like build the pyramid. Like I was always like gripping at the, I don't know,
who was your favorite character?
Jerry.
Yeah.
I love Jerry. I need to channel more Jerry in my life because he's just so positive. And gosh, he had a rough, like he lost his mom and to lose your mom at such a young age and formative years. And gosh, he just still stayed so positive.
Well, we'll leave it with that for now. But that show Cheer is, to me, it was about way more than cheerleading because that's not my thing to get interested in. It's a really great docu-series, a little bit of reality show, but mostly docu-series. What makes it a little bit of reality show is the camera watching them talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's pretty cool. All right, there we go. I'm gonna leave that there. 877-77 Bobby, if you guys want to hop on the show. I do have a story about what they're calling the roughest Kentucky Fried Chicken in America. Not because of the food.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see this?
Yes.
Oh, it's in England?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's
But it's still a KFC.
it's a KFC
And it's rough.
and it's rough. It reminds me of the old bars where you're playing and you have to like protect yourself from the crowd. I'll tell you that story coming up in just a second.
Did you know you can text us? Text Bobby, that's 26229, to send us a message.
Message and data rates may apply.
The Bobby Bone Show.
After a series of violent incidents, a KFC in England installed a wire fence to separate the counter from the rest of the dining room to make sure the people buying the chicken couldn't beat up the people serving the chicken.
Dang.
That's like one of those old bars where you have to put the fence up because people are throwing beer bottles at it while they're playing. The person's on stage playing, an old cowboy song.
Like
and
a
they're
saloon.
"Argh."
Yeah.
Yeah, they're calling it the roughest Kentucky Fried Chicken. While the barrier was installed for the safety of the employees, it received a mixed reaction from customers. Listen, just give me the chicken. I'm good. It's like you go to a gas station, they have the glass things, and you
Yeah,
just slide your hands through. That's for them. That means knuckleheads are coming in and threatening them.
Yeah.
Give me good chicken. I'll be okay. I do love Kentucky Fried Chicken. Like
stuff.
this is not a commercial. They're on and off of sponsors? So this is not a commercial. Their crispy chicken, a Kentucky Fried Chicken, is great.
Really good.
Still great. I love the crispy. What's your favorite kind?
Chicken
Yeah. Do you have a favorite, like crispy or like
Original.
Yeah.
from KFC or anywhere.
From KFC.
I don't know that I've ever really had it.
What?
I mean, I know that's weird. And my dad, he worked in the restaurant business and he got into it. Like his very first restaurant job was working for KFC.
Well, okay.
So it's weird that I haven't had it.
The crispy is great there. At Popeyes, their chicken strips with the Mardi Gras mustard.
Delicioso.
Oh, that's where it's at too. When I used to work at KLAZ, because I would drive in college an hour. I would finish school, and then every night I would drive to and from. And so it would take me an hour to get there, and I would go by. And I would think I was eating healthy because I was getting chicken strips, because what's healthier than chicken?
Yeah.
Of course.
And I would get chicken with the Mardi Gras mustard and get a biscuit and that mashed potatoes and the gravy at Popeyes.
Come on.
The brown gravy at Popeyes had like there's a little spice to it. Oh, come on. It's so good.
Are people still freaking out over the Popeyes chicken sandwich?
Not as much.
Because I
I
still
haven't
haven't had
seen
it.
any
Now,
riots
so if
lately.
I go now, the line won't
Yeah,
be.
you could probably just
Right.
go up and
You're
order
good.
one now.
Yeah.
I still
That was
had
good.
it.
At Chick-fil-A, their nuggets
So
are
good.
probably the best nuggets.
Yes, because it's like a real piece of chicken nugget.
It's this.
not like-
You know what it is?
Delicioso.
Delicioso.
What's your favorite sauce? Do you use Chick-fil-A sauce?
No, I do mustard everything.
Oh,
I do mustard everything.
Did you ever like Church's?
Mm-hmm.
Church's fried chicken?
I did.
So
I did.
good.
There's always a little guilt after churches.
Oh, of course.
'Cause it
Especially
was-
because I would have it all with a strawberry Fanta.
It was a lot. It was a lot. But I would go pound for pound. Here we go. This is my chicken list. The crispy from KFC, straight chicken. The chicken strip from Popeyes with the Mardi Gras mustard.
this is almost like a draft. Okay.
Yeah. And then I would go for the chicken nugget, not McNugget, the chicken nugget
Oh, yeah.
from
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. And that is the perfect chicken. Oh, dang. Now I feel like some chicken. You guys can hit us up. Questions, comments, 877-77-Bobby. To answer your question, I mustard everything. I love mustard. Mustard.
I know, but I feel like you need to try Chick-fil-A sauce.
You know, I'm good. There's a lot of stuff I haven't tried.
I didn't try that until in my adult life. Like people would always tell me about it. I'm like, I just love ketchup. But once I tried it, you won't go back.
You know what's weird? The girl that I'm dating doesn't eat any sort of condiment whatsoever. None.
No condiments
None.
ever?
No, doesn't do ketchup, doesn't do mustard, doesn't do mayonnaise.
Like on anything?
Nothing.
What if
Zero.
she's eating a French fry?
Nope, nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Mm.
Dry.
Yeah, which is a little weird. I'll be honest with you.
man, it's
a little
debatable.
weird. I know. I thought about it. I was like, should I need to be with this?
Should I keep
I know. This is. Justin Bieber was listening to his new album. He was previewing it, and he's crying during his album release party. It says Justin could not hold back tears trying to explain the challenges he faced before recording these songs. A crippling depression halted his creativity. Justin says that I don't even think I should be alive, never mind thrive. I like this. I told you I've heard some really wonderful things about him.
Yeah.
From people that go to church with him. They're just like the nicest guy. Like the nicest, sweetest guy. Whatever troubles he had back then where he was doing whatever is not that version of him that is now. I don't know Justin Bieber. I don't know that I've ever met Justin Bieber. But apparently he's so available at church that people just go up to him.
It's amazing.
And that nobody bothers him in the sense of, hey, let's get a picture, because it's really, that's not the culture of of the church he goes to. I heard real wonderful things about him. But they went to this event and he's listened to his music and it was very emotional about what he had been through to get there. I like that.
Yeah.
For some reason, I've been really drawn to Justin Bieber. And he has this line called like Drew. Morgan number 2, do you know his clothing line? Is it called Drew? All the hoodies and stuff? It's called, yeah. I almost would buy one of those hoodies. I just don't want to look like I'm trying to be 22.
Do it.
They're really
you
cool
do
hoodies.
you, Bones.
I know. And I do me a lot.
Yeah, you do. Come on.
I do me a lot. But I like
yeah.
those. They're just like a smiley face word. I don't even know what Drew means.
You could.
Do you know what Drew means on Justin Bieber's clothes? No?
The website is House of Drew.
Yeah. I don't know who Drew is, but he does great with those.
Drew House is a community, it says.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I'm into it.
Mm-hmm.
But he was crying. Last time you cried at something?
Oh.
Hard? Like, not sad. Like, moved.
I was about to say, gosh,
moved.
SportsCenter had some Kobe thing, and I was like,
gosh.
what?
Oh, yeah. A couple of those
I
Kobe
mean,
things got me, too.
I was like, I can't even. So heartbreaking. But that obviously is sad. But something that.
Something that hit you in an emotional way that wasn't like pure sadness.
Yeah.
I'll give you a second to think about it.
Thank you.
That Cheer show, I cried once an episode.
Yeah.
About something, or an average once an episode. There was a lot of really human things happening there.
Yeah.
I think the final episode I cried 3 times. When they would go home and show some of those kids and their stories. I mean, they're adults.
Oh,
they're
gosh.
21, 22 years
Yeah,
old.
but
I would be
still.
like, oh man. So probably that, and it wasn't a sad thing. It was more like an empathy cry.
Mm-hmm.
You?
That's what, I mean, mine would be last Friday, Stashir and I kind of had my daughter, we had a little incident where I got frustrated and I yelled for sure. I yelled and I'm not proud of it, but I saw her eyes just like she was taken aback and her eyes filled with water. And I was like, oh my goodness, are you about to cry? And then she's like, no, I'm fine. And then we go over and we were out to eat like as a family and I see her in the corner and tears are streaming down her face. And I went to the bathroom and I cried because I caused that. Like I scared her, I think, and I made her cry. But we were getting out of the car and I was just frustrated and I yelled and I had to ask for forgiveness. But I mean, I cried because I felt like I made her cry.
Do you ever
I
ask
felt
your
that.
daughter for forgiveness and because she's 12, she just says no?
Oh, no. She says she'll eventually say yes. She never says no. But we try to really lead by example on that because we want her to understand what that really means. I don't want her to say it like, oh, I forgive you, no big deal. Like, I want her to really understand. So sometimes it takes time. She doesn't say it right away, but we'll go back to it later.
Eddie, do you ever get emotional with your foster kids? Is that ever a thing? 'Cause you have 2 kids that are your biological, and you have 2 foster sons.
Yeah.
You have 4 boys.
I have 4 boys. My wife. My wife.
That's
just,
I never thought about like all boys.
When she thinks about it, she's like, this is crazy. Like, I'm surrounded by all boys.
Right.
Do you ever get affected by them and their situation in your house?
Oh, yeah. I've had a moment like that with, like Amy said, where like, you're not proud of it, but at that point, you feel like that's the only thing you can do to get whatever needs
Yeah.
to have done
You're
in
so
the house. And
frustrated.
you're just so frustrated. And then it affects them a certain way. You're like, oh my gosh, like, why did I do that?
Especially to someone like foster kids or
course.
adopted kids where you want them to feel safe and like unconditionally loved. I don't know if your biological children may be like, oh, it's my dad.
That's
He's
dad.
never going to
That's what he
leave me.
does,
It's what
right.
he does. He's never going to leave me. But like to her, I think she was in such shock of like, oh my gosh, I was crazy. I mean, I don't know what was wrong with me, but I snapped. It happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. For sure.
But
By
that
the
was
way,
the last time I cried.
Drew is Justin Bieber's middle name.
Oh, there you go.
I got a text here that
Okay.
says, I'm an OG fan. I got you, Bobby. It's his middle name. By the way, if you hit us with the text and you get a message back that says you're unsubscribed, you're not unsubscribed. There is no subscription to our text. It's just some kind of glitch, right, Morgan number 2?
Yeah, if they use specific words like stop or end or things that may like prompt that,
Yeah.
then they will get that message, but it doesn't mean they're unsubscribed.
And there's not even a subscribe.
No, there's not.
Somebody grabbed me last week, a listener, and was like, hey, I did not unsubscribe to your text, but help me get back in. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. You can still text just like you could ever. I didn't know there was a subscription way, but it's like if you hit one of those weird words, it sends
Yes.
it back. Yes, Amy.
Okay, so also under the Drew website about us, it says Drew House is a place where you can be yourself, blah, blah, blah.
I love being myself.
Yes.
And
Maybe
then
I
it
need to get a
says,
Drew hoodie.
Wear like you don't care, come chill, okay, bye.
I love all that.
Yes,
Hey,
you
bye.
need
I
a
love
Drew
to wear like I
hoodie.
don't, and then I like to go K-bye when I'm done. This is for me.
And you like to go blah, blah, blah.
How much are they?
Oh.
Are they super expensive?
oh, let's check on that.
Shop. Let me click on shop.
How much?
Oh, there's some that.
Okay. So
Wow.
expensive, but not like some of those crazy ones like
They range.
Prada. You're like $1,100? Yeah. They have a Drew velour tracksuit. Can you?
Yeah,
I'm
they
all
do.
Drew. I came in just completely.
It's like
I'm
happy
39
face
years
song.
old.
A lot of stuff is sold out.
Okay. All right. You guys want to hop on? Listen, we'd love to talk to you. I know you have questions or comments about stuff we talk about. We do try to give you a spot to jump in. We don't do a lot of like topics where it's like, hey, let's take a bunch of calls and talk. But we do like for you to join our conversations. I feel like that's what friends do. So if you guys want to hop in about anything or questions about anything, we do try to give you guys a spot to hop in. 877-77-Bobby. Back in 1 second.
The Bobby Bones Show. Bobby Bones, what?
When I read, I just put on one of these iHeartRadio playlists that go, predict me. And so it plays a bunch of songs that they think I would like.
But how do you listen to music while you read?
Yeah, that sounds tough.
That's weird.
That's some like brainy stuff.
No, it's
happening.
not. I just
Yes,
like-
it is. No, I don't know anybody that listens to music
No,
while
I
reading.
get distracted.
Yeah, how could
big
you not?
time.
Like you're able. That's
I didn't bring that up for that reason. I didn't think
genius
anything
type
of it.
stuff.
No,
Like
it's-
your
I
brain
don't-
is able to separate. You probably hear all the lyrics to the song and consume what you're
You're
reading.
singing
at
while
the
you're
same-
reading?
That's like I think Bill Gates can do that.
No. This is not the road we're walking down in this segment. I literally will go because I don't want to spend too much time thinking about the music I want to listen to. So I will go on iHeartRadio and there's a what I don't forget what the list is, but it's like what I like based
That's
on
cool.
my other selections. Play things that I like.
Yeah.
And so there is this song that it played for me last night. Never heard of these people. I'm a fan now, but you never hear of anybody until the first time you hear them, right? Dylan Rockoff is his name. Dylan with a D. And you know, I was in Greece in high school. The play, I played Danny Zuko.
Mm-hmm.
But they have this new version of You're the One. Hey, will you play the old version of You're the One That I Want?
You're the one that
You're the one I want. So they didn't do a whole Grease album, just one song. And unless you knew it was from Greece, you probably just think it was a normal song. Raymundo, do we have this from the beginning?
Yep.
Okay, here's You're the One That I Want. Hold on one second. Here is You're the One That I Want from Dylan to Rockoff and Caroline Cole. Here we go.
I've got chills, they're multiplying, and I'm losing control.
How cool is that?
'Cause the power you're supplying, it's electrifying. It's electrifying. You better shape up, 'cause I need a man.
I don't even think you would know that was from
Oh wow.
Greece. It's just
yeah.
Good.
isn't that a really cool version of that
Yeah.
song? So I saved it and put it on my Instagram story last night.
Better shape up.
Play the hook of that, Raymundo, will you? There's even like a little cool hook, a little weird thing to it.
You're the one that I want. You are the one I want. You're the one that I want. You are the one I want. You're the one that I want. You are the one I want. The one I need. Oh yes indeed. If you're filled.
Pretty cool, huh? Maybe I'm super geeky
That's
out because
really good.
I did
No.
Grease.
It's good.
But
No,
I thought
it is cool.
I
You're
thought
right.
even the version was like new cool, even
Yeah.
if you didn't know the old stuff. So I thought that was cool. But for those that ask, yeah, I was quite the.
Thespian? No. What's that called?
The Danny.
Well, I just call it a full service actor.
Oh, no.
You know, I do a little scene from a movie, and then I'd be like,
You should do it.
stranded at the drive-in, branded a fool. What will they say? The crowd's like, wow, he's gonna do it. I'd be like, Monday at school. Walk around, look at the crowd, be passionate. Look back at, where's Sandy? I'd be like, Sandy, can't you see I'm in misery? We made a start, now we're apart. There's nothing left for me. It's my passionate moment here. Love has flown all alone. I sit, I wonder why, oh why you left me, oh Sandy. Then the crowd's like, wow. Then I'm like, oh Sandy, baby, someday. Then the crowd's on their feet, and it's great. It's a real moment for me.
Wow.
Thank you. Someday. Okay. I love that bit. Love has flown
Oh, okay.
all alone. What, Eddie?
Are you remember all those words?
Oh
from-
yeah,
okay.
I know all the words, all that crap. I probably memorized the movie, and then we did the play, and the play's a little bit different than the movie, but yeah, man. I said I go grease lightning, you're burning up the
Yeah.
quarter mile. Grease lightning, go.
grease
I
lightning.
said I go grease lightning, you. Yeah, it's good, man. It's fun. That was fun for me in high school. That's Danny Zuko.
And now I can tell.
Yeah, still.
yeah,
still
it's
fun
still
for you.
fun. Yeah, it's still fun. Okay. We done, or should I do more songs? Should I do the whole soundtrack one morning? Just sing it.
How long would that take?
See how many people like just stay listening? How many people we lose?
We just do song to song. All right, good morning, everybody. Let's see. It's 7 o'clock. Who's still here? Let's do Garth Brooks' Dive Bar. Bobby Bones Show. Here you go.
Turn that Missed any of today's show or just want to listen?
Here are your top 3 songs in country music this week. At number 3, Amy, let's sing them this week. Let's see how you do.
Oh, great.
You'll do okay.
Okay.
At number 3, can you sing Maren Morris, The Bones?
When the bones are good, just don't matter. Just it's a good.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter.
Nice.
Good one.
Yeah, nice.
Who's ever gonna move it when the bones are good? The rest don't matter. Yeah, the pain could be.
So do you know what that is that you're singing of that song? Because you don't know the words.
Yeah, but no, I know what she's saying.
No. But do you know what you're singing? You know what that's
No.
called? That's called.
It's called the bones.
No, it's called the melody of the song.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So
Sorry.
that ba ba boo ba doo,
Yeah.
ba ba boo doo
The
ba
rest
da boo.
don't
Someone
matter.
says, and they mention a melody of a song. It's not so much the words they're saying, but the ba da
got
boo ba doo, ba ba boo doo da da doo. Sometimes songwriters will write songs with just the melody and insert words later. So they'll get up and up next. They'll get up to a microphone and there'll be some music playing and they'll go, see ba da boo boo da doo doo, see ba da, and they'll go back and be like, I once went down in a boat, and they do that secondly.
Gotcha.
It's pretty cool. I talk to a lot of these songwriters on my Bobbycast. Some are melody writers, so they write the melody first, like ba ba doo ba doo.
Yeah.
She could have put anything.
Yeah,
She could have been, I eat Skittles at night and then I go to sleep. Right, you with me? That's number 3. Number 2 is John Party, Heartache Medication. Can you sing that one?
Well, now I've just. It's
I know.
so hard
I know.
when I have another
I
song in my
reset you.
head.
Come on, Amy, you got it.
I know this one.
Think party,
It's a
think party.
jam. I know. Heartache medication. No, I have no melody.
Now she's using it all the time. She just learned a
Melody.
word and now she's using it.
I just,
Give her just like 1 second
give
of
me
it, Raymundo.
Yeah. Here I go again. I'm drinking 1, I'm drinking 2. I got that heartache medication.
Good. We knew you knew it.
Strong has dedication.
Love that guy.
Strong dedication.
And then number 1, you'll know this one. Dan
Yeah.
and Shay, 10,000 Hours.
No. I need 10,000 hours and 10,000 more. Just that's what it takes to get your sweetheart of yours.
Close enough. There you go.
I'd spend 10,000 hours.
Amy's like, I need. Amy's words were, I need 10,000. That's my version of it. I need 10,000 hours.
And maybe
To
some
get
more.
close to
Yeah.
you,
And then probably
and
some
then
more.
We'll see what happens. My favorite part of that song is no, it's hard. Now I'm trying to sing the part. Did you get your middle? I don't have
Okay.
the melody. Did you get your middle name
Oh
from
my
your
gosh.
grandma? That's my favorite part.
Number 1 pop song is Post Malone, Circles. Back at number 1.
Circles.
Okay, we're just on this now. Go ahead. And then the number 1 alternative song is from Meg Myers called Running Up That Hill. Let's see if I like this one. I do like that one. I didn't know that was, though. Is that the girl in the song? Or is it the guy in the song?
That's
Meg.
a girl singing, isn't it?
It's a,
Yeah, she
That's
just
a
has
girl?
Yeah, it's a girl. She's got a lower voice.
oh, look at that. What do you know? We did announce our iHeart Country Festival. Dirk, Sam Hunt, Dustin Lynch, Kelsey Ballerini, Kane Brown, John Party, Chase Rice. Special guest, Hot Country Nights. Bobby Bones would be a special guest.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. It's gonna be a big deal. Yeah.
It's time for the